What is up, everybody? The Azrael Games here, and today we're going to be playing some Kirby Air Ride. Now, I am so excited to be picking this game up again after a while. Really, I'm playing this in celebration of Kirby AirRiders that was just announced at the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct just a few days ago. This video is actually a re-upload of one that I did earlier because my capture card was bugging out on me, unfortunately. So let's not waste any time and hop right into it. But between then and now, I actually had the chance to take a look at some reaction videos of a few highlights of the Direct, at least some of my favorite highlights, and I just wanted to see what people's reaction was to Kirby Air Ride, because I know that people who have played Kirby Air Ride on the Gamecube growing up, it's one of their favorite Kirby games ever, if not one of their favorite games ever. Now, Kirby Air Ride is it does fall under the racing genre, probably more like a combat racing game. Well, as you saw earlier, there are three modes that you can go to. So today, for this video or two, we'll be playing through the Air Ride mode, which is just normal racing. Now, the controls for Kirby Air Ride are quite simple. You only really need two things to play the game, which is the A button and the control stick. Now, unlike most racers, Mario Kart especially, your machine that you're riding on accelerates automatically, and so it's just a matter of pressing the A button at the right time to slow down when you're taking sharp turns, and it also charges up your boost meter. And of course, as you saw, I picked up a copy ability as well from enemies that spawn randomly on the map. So yeah, no, the game it's really simple, right? Like, the controls are really simple, but it's really, really fun, especially when we get to City Trial, which all of you that have played Kirby Air Ride, you know what I'm talking about, and know how goated City Trial is. But yeah, for me, I grew up playing Kirby Air Ride on the Nintendo Gamecube, and when I first saw it in the store, I was like, well, my birthday's coming up, what kind of game do I want to get? And I was like, I saw Kirby. I'm like, oh, Kirby Air Ride, this game looks fun. So let's try it out and see what it's all about. Not knowing that it was a racing game at the time. But played it, fell in love with it. Spent hours playing with friends and with my younger siblings. We had a good time, again, especially in City Trial. And then, yeah, my reaction to the Switch 2, since I mentioned that earlier. The Switch 2, on the surface, looks pretty good, pretty amazing, honestly. There were a couple things now, especially almost like a week after the Direct. It's kind of has me raising my eyebrows a little bit, but more on that later. At face value, yeah, no, it's a pretty good looking system. I'm excited to be able to play games like Fortnite now with in 4K or 120 frames. That some people are like, we'll wait and see type of thing. you know, we'll see it to believe it. And I was joking with one of my friends. I was like, yeah, I'll finally be able to see, you know, each individual blade of grass in the game. But yeah, no, as far as like the games go though, Mario Kart World, wow, now that game looks really good. Although I am a little concerned about the with the knockout tour, or the part where it's like driving from one course to the other, because it seemed like a lot of the courses, I don't know, they didn't really have a lot of, oh wow, this guy just passed me. It really didn't have a whole lot of like kind of like twists and turns and like winding roads and stuff, you know, something to keep things interesting. Sure, it's really cool that there's like double the amount of players, in the game, but I don't know, I just don't want it to, it just seems kind of a little bland. Like, the concept is cool though, don't get me wrong, driving from one course to the other, that's pretty cool. I like that. It really makes the whole world feel connected. Hence the title, Mario Kart World, right? But yeah, no, we'll wait and see. And Nintendo has come out and talked a little bit more about the game. I have been watching a couple of videos showcasing the game, and yeah, Nintendo has come out since then saying that like there will be like a lot more content, obviously, than what was shown, because a lot of people were talking about the price, right? The price of not necessarily the console itself, because yeah, I can understand charging, I guess it was like $500 over $500 for the system. Now this is in US dollars, right? US currency. I live in Canada, so up here it'll probably be about like $600 or $700, right? And then for the game, Mario Kart Tour will be about $80 USD, but in Canadian dollars, it's gonna come up to be about over probably about like $115, something around there. I'm like, come on. You know, because people were like, you know, why isn't Nintendo showing us like the price, like where the price is? You know, people had to go online to find this stuff, and now a lot of people are like, you know, what the heck, Nintendo? Now, at first we thought, you know, maybe it might have to do with inflation and with the tariffs, but just today, as of the time of this recording, I saw a video that talked about an article by the Washington Post that the president of Nintendo of America, Doug Bowser, had explained that no, you know, we just decided on the price just cause, basically. You know, it was gonna like take it or leave it. And I'm like, man, that kind of sucks, actually. Particularly for like the prices of the games. And don't even get me started on like some of like the other features too. Yeah, it's got me raising my eyebrows a little bit there. But we'll see. I'm looking forward to the Mario Kart Direct that should be out, I think it was next week. We'll get a little bit more detail about like some of the things that they're adding to the game, because $80 USD, $110 about like Canadian. I'm like, man, you really, really, really need to do something, or to put a lot of stuff in the game to like justify that price. Like, this has to be the biggest and best like Mario Kart game ever, right? And Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was incredibly ambitious. Like, they did a lot, from especially with the booster course pass and the DLC that they added, right? Never mind all of the stuff that they had transported from the base Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, or sorry, base Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, and then yeah, bringing that over to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but then adding, what was it, 40 something, I think it was like 42 brand new courses. Well, I say brand new, but adding 42 new courses to the game, like, man, infinite replayability. And like, there's still a lot of people playing Mario Kart 8 online to this day, so you know, myself included. So if you guys ever want to play against me, add me as a friend on Switch. It'd be fun. But yeah, no, a little bit more on Kirby Air Ride. Sorry if I'm like jumping all over the place, but really, I guess there really isn't like too much to say right now about it. As you've noticed, I've been using different machines here. Different machines have different strengths and weaknesses. Here, I'll probably do about one more race here. But yeah, different machines have different strengths. So like the Warp Star, it's basically like an all-rounder, so really good for beginners if you're just starting out. It's personally one of my favorites, because, you know, who doesn't like the Warp Star? Something that will be more apparent in other modes like City Trial, especially, is there will be special events and stuff that will be happening later, after a certain time limit, and you want to cater your machine, power up your machine according to like its strengths. I'll explain more on that later in another video when we get to that point. But yeah, the Wing Star is good for gliding. It's slow on the ground, but it's great for gliding. You can get a lot of speed when you're in the air. The Shadow Star is also a good glider, not as good as the Wing Star, of course, but you notice I've been doing a spin attack, and that's done by just like flicking the control stick left and right. And yeah, a bunch of all of these other machines have their strengths and weaknesses, and I'll probably talk about them more when I start using them, but I don't want to waste any time. Super Smash Bros. Melee was another game that I had played growing up during the Gamecube era, and seeing this definitely reminded me of that, obviously, considering that it was made by or directed by Masahiro Sakurai, right? You know, the father of the Super Smash Bros. Series, so of course, I think it's probably, is it built on the same engine as Melee? I don't know, but it has a lot of the same sound effects from Smash Bros. If you noticed, from well, I guess more particularly from the GameCube era, but yeah, no, fun game. It was really fun seeing people's reactions to it, to Kirby AirRiders being announced. in the near future, I'll probably have some videos with me and my friend Ryron play this game, especially City Trial. Because City Trial is more, like, it's fun playing City Trial on your own, but it's way more fun when you're playing with another friend, right? Because all of the shenanigans and stuff that you can get up to is just really fun. And I'm currently playing this on Dolphin emulator. I used to have a Gamecube, but RIP, it got lost. I lost it years ago when we were moving. Sad, sad. No way! No way he passed me at the last second. That's wild. Oh yeah, and like Super Smash Bros, you can unlock achievements and stuff too. There's about, what, 300? I think it's like 300 something achievements in the game. Of course, I'm not gonna like 100% this game at all by any means, because it would take hours to do all of that, but I just wanted to make this a short video. Didn't want to make it too long, but I'll definitely post another one again real soon, and I'll share a little bit more on my thoughts on the Switch 2 and other upcoming games, so stay tuned for that. So thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe for more videos. I would really appreciate the support. Thanks so much. Later.